Welcome to the Us on Everything podcast. It is a hot ass day in Austin, Texas. Don't ask me why I got a jacket on and I just fumbled over the word Texas. I'm your host, TimWayne.
Uncle Gandhi, what's good, guys?
Hey, I say this all the time, and it's probably how many episodes we are? 13, 14? We're 14 in, one thrown away. We got a lot to cover. It's good. Are you doing? Why are you being weird?
Let's get to business. I like that.
You feel good?
I feel cool. my finger on the board sounds cool. Especially when you have like the gap to like move your finger.
Yeah.
So you don't move it like this like an idiot. You actually put your finger on the thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we got a lot to cover, guys. Again, how was your weekend?
it was fantastic. I didn't do a goddamn thing.
You didn't do a goddamn thing? Track, how was your weekend? What'd you do this weekend? Track always works. So he's always in the fucking studio.
Hey, man,
and if you need to get if you need some beats done, I got my hat tilted like I'm T.I. If you want to get some beats in, you need some beats, you need some mix and mastering, you need to hit up Track Majors. That's TRAK Majors. Don't fucking put an A in there. Hit him up on Instagram. He responds really fast.
Hey, Tim, I think you shouldn't put a C. You should definitely put an A.
Is it? I said TRAK.
Right, but then you said don't put an A in there.
Don't put an A in it. TRAK. Wait, am I missing something? TRACK.
Welcome to spelling by
TRCK Majors. Jesus Christ.
Welcome
you know
to
how many times I've been
spelling by
saying,
Tim.
bro, I swore I thought your handle was TRAK or TRAK. Is it? Wait. Guys, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Welcome to spelling by Tim.
We're keeping this. We're keeping this.
Oh, yeah,
this is normal.
Yeah.
What is your fucking handle?
TRAK. You said it right.
But I said take the A out. Yeah. Okay, so I had a blind moment. Hey, look, man, facts don't matter here. You turn my shit down.
Yeah. You even hit the wrong button.
I hit the wrong button, but it doesn't matter because nobody heard it. Anyway.
Welcome to Spelling by Tim.
Yeah, Wayne. Spelling by Tim. I went to public school, so forgive me. Anyway.
I did too.
One thing I do want to talk about. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it.
There you go.
Is people? Okay, sports wise, one thing we have to acknowledge that we didn't talk about. People are fucking punching people in the fucking mouth. And you better,
bro. Okay, let's talk about this real quick. Okay, I thought it was funny to begin with.
Dog,
did you see?
Mavs in 4 or Suns in 4 guy?
That was also funny. So no, that's one. Yeah, that guy. So there's a video that's edited on that has WWE commentary in the background.
That is awesome. No, I have not heard of that.
Greatest, and it's literally like a tag team match, right? Where you're like beating up a dude, and like another dude is standing right there, and he's like holding him back and still beating up the dude.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
That video was.
Listen, people have been in the house. They want to go to have sports events, and what people are not accepting is bullshit, and you will get punched in your fucking mouth.
And your buddy too.
While
he watches you get punched.
If you guys didn't watch over the weekend, the Suns swept.
Shocking. By nobody's surprise.
I mean, it is what it is, right? Like,
listen, before you go on with the story, right?
Go ahead.
Denver is not that good without Jamal Murray.
Yeah, Jamal Murray.
Denver just matched up really well with Portland. So that series for the last 3 or 4 years has been basically a cheat for everybody, right? Because it makes those two teams look better than they actually are.
They know what they actually are, yeah.
Right?
That's true.
So I just want to throw that in there. I'm 0% shocked that they were swept. I actually thought they would win and they would lose in 5. Nikola Jokic.
Gentleman sweet. Yeah, same thing.
Nikola Jokic is amazing.
Yeah, he is.
Now, we'll talk about this later. The bullshit ejection.
Yes.
Maybe could have kept him in it, right?
Yes. I mean, they were on somewhat of a run when he got ejected.
We are now in a moment and 2 international player careers that are kind of in the same spot. And we'll talk about that later.
Okay. But yeah, everybody that's going out to these sporting events, just you better guard your fucking grill if you're gonna be out here talking shit. Because
just grow up, bro. I know you haven't been out in 18 months.
People are not with the shits. Also, people need to keep their fucking hands to themselves too.
Stop throwing bottles.
Stop throwing bottles at NBA players that are 6'9", 250 and will dunk on you. Yeah. Stop doing that shit. That's just stupid. Don't do it. Leave people alone. Stop doing it. Let people enjoy. Playing basketball, or let people enjoy playing baseball. Speaking of baseball, there's some bullshit going on in baseball. I don't even want to cover it, but apparently there was some shit that came down today.
Oh, about sticky hands?
About sticky hands.
Yeah,
and that is some bullshit.
Not shocked.
There's like 10 or 12 people that are under investigation and could possibly be suspended for 10 games.
Not surprised.
This is why the NFL is king, guys. I keep saying it. I feel like I say this at least once a month. NFL is king for a reason.
You mean once a day?
I mean, I do say it a lot on Twitter.
And you say it here every week.
Have I said it every week?
Yeah, I mean, pretty close.
Oh, okay.
You're not wrong about it.
I mean, I got a point.
Yeah, you're not
saying when I'm trying to make a point.
Yeah.
NFL is king for a reason.
Oh yeah, for sure, by a long shot.
I mean,
I don't think it's close.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. The NBA. Here's the thing. The NBA has the talent.
Yes.
To be king.
Yes.
But they let the players
got international stars
too much.
They got homegrown stars.
But they all
have interesting stories.
Yeah, it's too much of a players' league.
They don't have face masks.
Yeah. But it's too much of a players' league.
What do you mean?
The players dominate the league.
I think that's a good thing.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think there's aspects of it that are good.
Like what?
I mean, they get to brand themselves.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
The thing I don't like is they have too much say in positions of power. The GM, the head coach.
Okay. This is where I disagree. The reason why I disagree with that is because if you're the point guard of the Dallas Mavericks and you know how you play and you play in a certain system and you thrive in a certain system, it got you to where you are now. You've put up career numbers. You have a coach that knows how to teach the system or that coaches the system. Why wouldn't you get players that fit your system?
I get it. No. My point is,
I think there has to be a relationship between a player and a coach and upper management, or
the line that I feel like is being that. The line that I think that is being crossed. Mm-hmm. It's like being. Let's just treat it like a normal job, right?
Okay.
I'm an employee of a company.
Right.
I'm the number one employee. Mm-hmm. I might have a lot of say in referrals, but I don't get to dictate who my boss is. I don't get to dictate who the VP of the company is. I don't get to dictate any of that shit.
What if the number one player is bringing you quarterly bonuses?
And what company does that happen? And what normal company does the quarterly bonus, top getter, $250K, dictate who the VP and his boss is? What company?
None, but...
Exactly.
None, but hear me out. If you're the number one guy in whatever company that you work for, and you're generating stupid amounts of money for them, you would think you get a little bit of say.
But you get say, and there's a difference between say and complete control.
Okay.
Do you disagree with that?
Oh no, I don't disagree with that.
Okay. That is a factual statement,
yeah.
Right? LeBron. I'm going to use LeBron as a great example because I think he's number one culprit of this.
You think he has complete control in LA?
Yes, and I love LeBron James. I'm a huge LeBron James fan.
Right.
I don't think it's just LA, right? I think it's almost everywhere he's been.
Okay. Well, right? I definitely believe that in Cleveland. I mean,
so
LeBron got him a
LeBron,
championship.
Look, I understand.
Okay.
Cleveland hasn't been relevant in 6 million years. LeBron James made it relevant. Cool. They're back to being irrelevant. Fancy. Cool. Awesome. Great. Here is the thing. This is why players don't get control or shouldn't get control.
Okay.
LeBron is gone. Cleveland is now irrelevant.
They were going to be relevant with LeBron.
We don't know that.
We're talking about fucking Cleveland.
The NBA has this thing called the draft lottery. If LeBron left and Cleveland won the draft lottery, they could have had Luka Doncic, Trae Young, and they could have started all over.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to argue it.
Right?
I'm not going to argue. I get your point.
They also LeBron cap hands these teams, right? This is my GM. This is the GM I want. This is the coach I want. If I leave and you don't like those coaches, you're fucking screwed because you have to deal with somebody you don't like. It's basically like I'm going to leave. I'm going to build something I like. And when I'm leaving, I'm not leaving shit for you. Start over. And if you don't figure it out, tough shit on you. I think I while you're there, sure, whatever. Right. But again, I'm a long-term thinker.
Right.
Long-term,
right.
That fucks that could potentially fuck that franchise.
It could.
And twice for Cleveland it has.
So, would you risk being irrelevant to get one Super Bowl?
How long am I going to be irrelevant?
10 years.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
If I could stay relevant for 20 years and win a Super Bowl because I kept my team in order,
So you stay relevant. Okay, let's say your team. Okay, let's put this in a scenario. Okay, so let's say you magically get Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck comes back. He's like, I want to come home. I want to come out of retirement. I feel healthy. I'm ready to play. I'm re-energized. It seems like you guys got a solid line, some running backs. It seems like you got some wide receivers I can work with. Let's say Carson Wentz. Let's say this is 2 years down the road. So that put
Andrew at 32.
32. He'd be 32 years old.
Yeah.
Still got prime 7 years to play. So
that's crazy.
That is crazy. And so he's like, I want to come back. I'm ready to go. I got to spend time with my family, which is what I wanted to do ultimately.
Yeah.
He comes back and he says, I don't really want T.Y. Hilton here. You know what I'm saying? Let's get him out the paint.
Okay.
You get him out the paint. Okay.
Sure.
Then he says, you know what? Jack Doyle's old. Get him the fuck out of here.
That's a player, though.
Yeah, I get it, but this is what I'm saying. These are key pieces to your offense. Jack Doyle is a key piece. T.Y. Hilton is a key piece. Then he starts talking about, this guy, this running back ain't really good. Let's get Taylor up out of here.
See, now you tripping.
See, but this is the same shit as LeBron. It's the same shit.
LeBron actually did that to the Lakers.
I mean, he was right, though.
Was he?
I mean, the only person
Lonzo,
I would not have.
Julius Randle.
I would not have. Well, Julius Randle left before.
Ingram.
Julius Randle left before LeBron got there, because
he was a preparation piece.
He went to New Orleans.
He was a preparation piece.
I would have kept Julius Randle, even though they play the fucking same position. I would have kept Julius Randle.
Ingram.
I would have kept Lonzo Ball because Lonzo Ball is a passer, and that's ultimately what they needed to win in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah.
They needed somebody that is healthy. They needed somebody big because they got big boy. Yeah. They got big boy in the playoffs. Anthony Davis, they lost their size. LeBron was the only big one, and then Schroeder, like he's all right, but he ain't really.
Dennis Schroeder is fucking trash. This year
he was trash this year.
That's why
Dennis Schroeder has been fucking phenomenal. When he was in Oklahoma City, he was a beast.
Oh no, I get
it. When he was with Atlanta,
bro, I know. I'm just saying he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't fit. Maybe he should. Maybe he got starstruck by LeBron and just forgot how to pass when you have three people in the paint.
So to get back to my point about the whole Andrew Luck thing, Andrew Luck makes all these changes. As a GM, you're gonna fucking listen because that is.
Are you? So you think Chris Ballard's gonna be like, yes, Andrew Luck, sire, sir. Do
you think Andrew Luck is a generational talent?
Yeah.
I think he was a generational talent, destined to be
probably one of the top 5-6 quarterbacks of all time. Maybe 10.
I wouldn't say top 5, but
10.
maybe top 10. And he got fucking killed because of offensive line. And he didn't say shit. He just got up every fucking time that he got knocked on his ass and went back to the line.
No, that's not Chris Ballard's fault.
That's not Chris Ballard's fault. But what he should have done is said, hey, guys, I need some help. Because it's been reported that Andrew Luck wants nothing to do with that shit. And that's okay. And
He's just not that guy.
He's not the guy. But at some point in time, you get tired of getting knocked on your fucking ass. And so it cost him his career.
Yeah, I know that. So
I'm just saying, like, you need, like, it's okay to, I feel like it's always, especially if you're the top guy, right? Like, if I hear that Andrew Luck wanted to make a couple of changes, there should be nothing wrong with that. Now, you're saying that LeBron, I don't think LeBron is like, well,
yes,
I think, okay, so here's the difference between LeBron. They couldn't fucking afford LeBron. So they had to make the proper changes to get him.
I get it.
So they had to give up players regardless. Because he was asking for $250 million.
Yeah.
Was it 250 or
something crazy?
Something ridiculous. So he was getting that, right? They were going to give him that. I mean, can you blame him? For him to be like, no, this is who I work with. But in the end...
But are you winning with who you work with?
I think outside of him getting hurt, AD getting hurt, I think they would have.
I mean, they were a 2 seed one before they both got hurt, right?
Yeah.
But I guess my point. So my point is as a GM,
they were one of the best defensive teams in the league.
Yeah, they got fucking.
I think Frank Vogel is gone, by the way, this year. I think Jason Kidd takes over if Carlisle don't get let go.
I don't know. I think it's a very interesting. My bad. I think it's a very interesting topic. The way I think about it is. And the reason why we think about it this way is because it basically fell flat on its face. Mm-hmm. I mean, it worked last year.
It worked last year. It was phenomenal last year. It was great.
But it goes back to there's a couple things, right? Next year, we have to think about next year now, right? Mm-hmm. Bubble time was fun. Bubble time was great. You know, you got to play with your homies. You got to go play in the park. Like, that was all fancy. Mm-hmm. This year was kind of cool. You got to play in the arena. Get to go shoot hoops and practice every game. Like, we're getting back to real basketball, right?
We're getting back to 20,000 stadiums,
rocking loud
stadiums. Yeah,
so we're getting back to the real world, right?
Yeah.
So now it's time to start think. Yeah. By next season, we'll be back in the real world.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
By October, November, most sports, if not all, will be back to 100%.
Most sports have verified that they will be back at 100%. Yeah, exactly. We all know about the NFL. We talked about
that. And if it works in the NFL, it's happening.
Baseball, they don't give a fuck. Matter of fact, they didn't give a fuck first.
Yeah. Baseball has Governor Hot Wheels people running all over the place. Man. So they don't really give a fuck.
And then,
But I guess my thing is thinking about that, right? Mm-hmm. Let's really think about it. LeBron James has what? Maybe 3-4 years left?
I think he's in the league 5 more years.
Okay, 5 years.
Max.
They got bounced in the first round this year. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. If they don't go get a piece next year, they're going to get bounced again.
Quick question. Who do you think they ask? Who do you think they should?
I think they're going to go after Damian Lillard.
I think they're going after Damian Lillard, too.
And they should. They need to. Mm-hmm. They need to get Dennis Schroeder the fuck out of there. His fucking dumbass thinks
They need to get LeBron off the ball.
They think his dumbass is going to... He thinks his dumbass is worth $85 million. Why the hell he thought that? I have no idea. I don't know who told him that. No, I'm not paying him.
People are getting paid, bro.
But
people are getting paid.
Part of that is the salary. I mean, if you think about it, Luka's supermax that he's about to sign is 240. So 85 is probably...
Rudy Gobert got 300 some $million last year.
Well, yeah, because it was an extension.
Right.
Of an original contract. Right. So now his new contract's like 300.
It's ridiculous.
So 85 sounds like a lot, but it's really like the new...
It's the new normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a new normal.
So
$85 million. You know what you could do with $85 million?
I can do a lot of things with $85 million. I can do a lot of things with $1 million.
So that's generational wealth, bro.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I just think it's I think there's a very interesting line of how that works. Mm-hmm. I think Golden State is a great example of this. Golden State added Durant. Mm-hmm. Obviously, barring injury, it's kind of twisted in a way. If Durant left, they're not fucked.
No.
Because they have a great GM.
Yeah.
And Kevin Durant didn't say, all right, look, Steve Kerr's got to go. that fucking dude up there, he's got to go. I want this guy. Like, he didn't do any of that stuff.
Well, they
now, granted, he
recruited
didn't
him.
have to.
They recruited
But
him.
I'm saying that's kind of like, if I'm going to add a superstar, that's kind of what I want to add a superstar to. Because if that superstar leaves, the Warriors still have like 5 to 10 years of being competitive.
Right.
If they stay healthy. They just ran into bad luck.
Yeah, I mean, all your points that you're making are very valid, and I mean,
Like in the NFL, right? Tom Brady didn't go into fucking Tampa Bay and say, well, I want that guy gone, that guy gone. I mean, it happened to them. They made these changes. So he walked into. So you think Tom Brady?
I don't think he. I don't think he
I want
did.
Leonard Fournette.
I think he did. Oh no, I definitely know he wanted AB. He.
Well,
he
AB,
vouched for-
well, yeah,
he
AB,
vouched for
one
AB.
player, right?
And Gronk.
And again, well, Gronk, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
two
he-
players. He didn't walk in there, but man, let me get Leonard Fournette. I need that motherfucker.
We don't
Or
know.
let me draft Tristan Wirfs. Or we need
That
this
was
guy.
BA. That was a conversation that BA. Because from what I've heard before Tom had came, they had planned on drafting somebody on the defense.
Okay.
They had planned on going.
Or
defense. And
maybe they had a smart GM
then they
who
got Tom.
knew they were getting
And then
Tom.
They were like, "Fuck, we got to get an."
So
offensive
maybe
lineman.
they already knew they needed Tom, or they knew they were getting Tom, so they had to change on the swivel.
Right.
They didn't necessarily. I don't think that's necessarily Tom walking in and saying, "I need this guy," or "I'm not signing."
Right.
I don't think. I see. You see what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that happened.
Right.
I think they knew they needed to change. They didn't come in and say, Tom didn't. Again, I'm just assuming, right? Tom, and I fucking hate that dude. But I don't. The
see
dude
why.
takes pay cuts, right?
He takes massive hits.
So he doesn't come in and say, you have to get this guy and this guy, or I'm not coming. I don't think he did.
I think what he does, this is what I think Tom Brady does. I think Tom Brady goes in there and is like, I want X amount of dollars. This puts me here. This puts me top 15. Cool, I'm cool with that. My salary's top 15. Go give me some help. I think that's exactly what.
But see, that's the thing.
I think he says,
different.
go give me AB because I want him to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I want him to
These
come
are
on
my
with us.
friends.
I want you to go
these
get
two
Gronk.
friends. Yeah. And the rest of you do what you do.
Yeah.
But see, that's different. I want to play with my homies, but at the same.
LeBron wants to play with his fucking homie. Dog.
So
J.R.
Dennis
Smith-
Schroeder is his homie.
I don't know if Dennis Schroeder is his homie. I know J.R. Smith is his motherfucking homie.
Yeah, and he fucking yelled
I know
at him.
Richard Jefferson is his fucking homie.
Well, yeah.
I know
How many of his
AD
homies-
was his fucking homie.
So 80, okay, 81.
What's my man? Shit. Can't remember his name.
Kyle Kuzma's his homie?
No, not Kyle.
Because he definitely decided to keep him.
They
Andre
traded
Drummond's
him.
his homie?
They traded him last year. He ended up playing with the Clippers. Fuck, I forget his name. I want to Montrezl Harrell.
He plays for them now.
That's what I'm saying. He was playing for the Clippers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Montrezl Harrell.
That's his homie?
Yeah, they've been spotted a couple times.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A couple other people. But anyway, it doesn't. That fucking matters.
The point being, is there are teams that can do what they were trying to do and not fuck them for years after for short-term success. Because it's proven. There are teams that do it.
I'm still tripping off the fact that there's about to be an NBA Finals and there's no fucking LeBron in it.
Yeah, it's been the first time or Steph.
Or Steph.
Yeah. For the first time in 10 years.
That's a long fucking time, dog.
And there's going to be a team. There's probably going to be a team that's won their first title.
Harden is supposedly supposed to come back.
He's playing tonight.
I don't know how he's going to do with the hamstring. Have you heard anything?
They said he's good to go. Or he claims he's good to go. You know what I'm really interested in seeing while we're talking about this real quick? If Harden doesn't finish this game, which I don't know if he will or won't, I'm really interested to see if Kevin Durant takes that step. Can he carry a team? He can do it.
I mean, I think he finally understands where fucking LeBron's coming from.
Can he carry a team by himself?
I mean, listen, the Nets look real suspect without fucking James Harden. or Kyrie. They look
duh.
They look bad.
Because they're not very good.
They look bad.
Because see, when you have two all-pro players covering your bullshit, you're going to look good.
Boy, people, hey, anybody can talk shit about Kevin Durant. Anybody can talk shit about fucking James Harden or Kyrie Irving. But when them motherfuckers are on the court, them motherfuckers ball.
Because they're good.
And they're fucking dude.
But they're good to the point that they
do you know how
elevate.
entertaining the Nets were when James Harden got there?
Yeah.
They turned into a whole different fucking team.
Yeah.
And now he's playing again. James Harden, over the last 10 years, might, outside of like maybe Steph, KD, and LeBron, might be the most entertaining person. Think about the shit that he was doing in Houston. He was putting up monster.
I have a big problem with James Harden.
What problem you got with James Harden?
He likes to fucking play pussy ball.
What's pussy ball?
Where you try to draw a foul every time you shoot the ball. That shit's annoying to me. Like when a dude gets 40 free throws a game, that shit's annoying.
And he's what, a 70, 80%, maybe 90% free throw shooter?
Yeah.
I would do the same shit.
Yeah, but it's not fun to watch to me.
I think it's hilarious. I think it's fucking
You
dope.
think it's fun to watch a guy drive and get a foul?
It's fucking hilarious is because you don't, he's left-handed. So that makes shit just.
Like when James
Guarding
Harden,
somebody that's left-handed, and I know you're left-handed. Like,
yeah, it's not
fucking, it's just weird, dog.
Yeah.
So then he does all this
Everything's
shit with his left hand. You're just like, how the fuck do I do? What do I do with this? It's like trying to tackle a fucking quarterback that's left-handed. That is some of the most awkward shit.
Yeah.
Because if you're playing on the weak side of the line, you beat the guard and you're right there. You're looking at him.
Yeah, and he's not looking at you.
Yeah, like and you're just like, what the fuck? And normally your left tackle is your big money, man. Yeah. Now it's on the right side, and that's just usually your strong.
So
depending on what set you're in.
Jimmy Smith talked to us about this when he was catching balls from Mark Burnell.
Really?
Yeah, when he was on our show.
Okay.
And it was a very fascinating conversation.
It fucking sucks.
He says he said the first year he played with Mark Burnell, he was terrible because it was just so weird. Because he put like a science to this. Like he literally put like a science and a math to this. So it's
Dude,
like,
the spin on the ball is different.
Spin on the ball is different. The angle that you have to take is different. You have to run the route differently so you can have the ball where it's expected. And you got to keep in mind, what, 98% of these guys are catching balls from right-handers their entire career, right? So, I mean, I understand that aspect of it because of the way he explained it.
Right.
Like, I didn't really understand that there was a difference until he explained it.
Yeah.
So, I get that. I just think it's fascinating how... Okay, so... The way I look at it from Kevin Durant's angle is he hasn't won without a superstar by his side.
Okay.
And I love Kevin Durant.
Right.
I really wanted to see him play without James and
Where
Kyrie.
did you want him to go outside of fucking Golden State? Where did you want him to go?
Where did I wanted to stay in OKC.
Okay.
I wanted him to stay and rebuild.
Right.
Right? Because Russell, he still had. Bro, they were up 3-1 against the Warriors. It's not like they were trash.
No, they weren't. Them motherfuckers.
Like it would have been different if they were terrible.
Well, let's see where they like a 3 or 4 seed.
Bro, they were like a 3 seed and they were up 3-1 on the 1 seed. So, and then he went and joined. So this is why I see Kevin Durant's situation as worse than the decision.
Right.
You had a team on their last life. You let them come back like with 3-1 ups like Super Mario Brothers and finish the fucking level.
Right.
Then you couldn't beat them, so you fucking joined them.
Dude.
Look,
does it look bad? Is it a bad move? Yes. I think it was a bad move.
I thought it was a horrible move.
I thought it was a bad move.
Nah, he could have. Did they recruit him? Yes.
He said he just wanted to play basketball and that's it. But then he started playing basketball and then he wasn't really feeling the way the fuckers.
He wasn't happy.
He was not happy. And
Winning
doesn't.
He
8 championships.
He won two.
They were demolishing people.
Yeah. And he wasn't having fun.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't
Do you think
fun.
he's having fun in Oklahoma City?
No. Yes, because I think Kevin Durant is a competitor.
Do you think Russ was making him a little bit more competitive? Because I think we see a difference in play.
I think he didn't want Russ there. I think there's a rift between him and Russ, and they didn't want to get rid of Russ, so he's like, all right, fuck you, I'm out. I really think that's what happened.
Yeah.
Now you go back to OKC, right? They've done this twice.
Right.
They let go of the wrong player twice.
Yeah.
And you know who they ended up with? Nobody.
They fucked themselves.
They basically handicapped themselves to attempt a short-term gain that's probably going to turn into a long-term. We don't know when OKC is going to be relevant again because you don't get talent like that you draft.
Serge Ibaka.
That you draft?
They had Kevin Durant.
Nah, bro. You don't draft talent like
James Harden.
Nah, bro.
Reggie Jackson. Fucking Thabo Cephalosha.
Yeah.
Collins. I can't remember his first name.
Nick Collins.
He used to play for Dallas. Spot up corner shooter.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
Great corner.
That team was nasty.
You drafted these teams. They could have easily added, like now imagine like we talk, but see that's a team where you draft, right?
That shit is hard to do, dog.
It is hard to do, but they have one of the best GMs in the league, and now they have fucking 18 first-round picks. You know how many first-round picks OKC has? A fuck ton. Sam Presti can easily do this again.
Same GM?
Sam Presti.
Sam Presti.
Same GM.
Oh, we might want to watch out.
He's kind of already done it. Like he's got this guy from Europe who's really good. Pokulevsky or something.
Okay.
He's actually kind of a beast. There's apparently another guy who's left-handed, but he's kind of like Kevin Durant. He's got like the same. He's a lefty.
Really?
There are people that are saying he's a lefty Kevin Durant. So you got to. Now you just got to get one more piece, and you have 5 first-round draft picks. He's about to do this shit again. Now I bet you he does it differently, so he doesn't fuck it up this time.
Do you think he packages a couple of those picks and go get another player?
It depends.
Or
not right now. You still don't have a core. You have 2 pieces that could potentially be a core.
Right.
Right? How long did it take him to build that OKC team? 5-6 years?
Dog, it kind of
7.
It's kind of like 4.
Okay, so this is Westbrook's only been gone for a year. So you think 2, 3, 4 years from now, if he does it right, he could do it all over again. I guarantee if he ends up with like a Durant, Harden, Westbrook situation, he handles it differently.
Yeah.
Because he's not going anywhere.
Okay.
Him as a GM is not going anywhere. Dude's a fucking genius.
Yeah. I'm surprised that nobody's trying to poach him from Oklahoma City.
He probably doesn't want to leave because he's probably got in Oklahoma City.
Probably.
See, but that's a guy that should have that type of power.
Right.
Look, y'all gave me 4 years. Look what I built. Yeah, I'm sorry I fucked it up, but I got you. I've shown that I can do it.
I don't think he fucked it up. I just think that they wanted to leave.
I think they created that situation. I think it really started with picking.
They should have never paid Serge Ibaka.
That's what happened, and that caused the rift. That's probably what caused the rift. Because for some reason he probably thought Serge, but back then, big men were key.
Big men were getting paid. Yeah, they should have did whatever they could.
What he didn't have forward thinking, and he didn't see that players like James and Russell and Kevin Durant were actually the future. Mm-hmm. If he saw that, bro, we might be talking about OKC winning 4 or 5 championships. If you really think about it.
Anyway,
we would have been talking about OKC versus LeBron for years, instead of Golden State versus LeBron.
That would have been great.
Because that trio would have beaten Golden State. That trio in their prime would have beaten Golden State.
Kevin Durant,
Russell Westbrook, and James Harden.
Yeah,
they would have smashed Golden State. They would have smashed Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Golden State.
Yeah,
easy.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna move along. Do we want to talk about what happened over the summer or what happened over this weekend? You know what? Let's hold that, because I feel a kind of way about that. That kind of ties into how my weekend went. Let's talk about E3.
Okay. That's fucked up.
It was laughable to me.
To you?
It was laughable to me. But we got E3 back. For you guys that don't necessarily know what E3 is, E3 is a gaming conference. And basically what happens is All of your big name players, there's been some over the years that have dropped out, like Sony and Microsoft. And, well, Microsoft didn't back out, but Sony definitely backed out. Who else did? EA backed out. A couple other places or a couple other companies normally outside of those two usually show what they have to offer. So we're talking Nintendo, we're talking Microsoft, Bethesda, who's now owned by Microsoft. Who else? Capcom did something for the first time this year. It made a return after COVID. E3 is held in California every year. It's usually the first or second weekend in June. Last year we did not have one. This year we had one, but it was virtual. I want to know what your thoughts on E3 was with everything that you've seen. Like when I was on my way here, I was listening to the Bandai press conference.
Snooze fest.
It was pretty much a snooze fest.
Everybody
they should have announced
everybody but Nintendo was a snooze fest. I mean, sorry, but Microsoft was a snooze fest.
I feel a little differently.
Well, you don't like Microsoft because you don't like first-person games.
I love Microsoft.
No, you didn't like them this year because they showed mostly first-person.
I also have other feelings about them, but go ahead. How do you feel?
I felt great. I thought they did amazing.
Who let you down the most?
Nintendo.
Nintendo let you down the most.
I was really hoping, and I think this is a personal hope.
Right.
I really wanted a new Donkey Kong game.
Tropical Freeze is like a year and a half old.
I really wanted a new Donkey Kong game.
Okay.
I was excited. I wanted to like Mario Kart's cool and all. I kind of wanted Diddy Kong Racing. I want a Diddy Kong Racing remake.
Oh, that'd be dope.
And I really thought Yakuza was kind of random in Smash Brothers.
Oh, you're talking about
Kazuya. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought that was random. Although it was funny the way they presented it.
Dog.
It was hilarious.
That was a fucking troll, dog.
It was kind of random.
Dog, they fucking threw Gander off the fucking side of a cliff.
So, I mean, that was funny.
I thought that was fucking wild. I thought it was an evil Ryu for a second.
Yeah. So I thought it was funny, but it just seems like a random character. Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be sick.
Breath of the
as
Wild
always.
Be dope.
I mean, it's Zelda, right? All I saw was a bunch of remakes and remasters. Whoop-de-doo. I get it was software only. Mm-hmm. I really wanted to see the 4K Switch. So that kind of let me down.
They dropped the ball right there, baby.
I think they kind of let me down.
They dropped the ball.
On the Microsoft side, the thing that dropped me down, and I really wasn't... There's a couple things that actually let me down.
Okay.
I was hoping for them to announce more support for external hard drives.
Okay.
And that kind of let me down, which is one thing I didn't mention last week. Mm-hmm. And I was expecting to see a League 3 controller, like you mentioned. Mm-hmm. So that did let me down. From a game perspective, though, I think they fucking knocked it out of the park.
Okay, so can I go?
Yeah.
Can I go? Okay. So I have a number of things. This entire E3 was a complete fucking snooze. On a rate of 1 to 10, which I would normally say E3 is probably hovering around a 7-8 on a yearly basis.
Yeah.
I give this year's E3 a fucking 3 to 4.
I was going to say 4. 4 is pretty accurate.
Here's why. Number one, Microsoft did not come with anything that had me to where I was like, oh my God, I have to fucking play this. Nothing that they offered was like, fam. Did I hit you up and like, fam, I gotta fucking get this. No, normally.
You were mad because everything was in first person.
Well, that too. Yes, I was mad that everything is in first person. But also, this is what I look for. This is what I want from a big fucking game company. I want a fucking console seller, dog. Game Pass is a console seller. Don't get me wrong. I own Game Pass. I've had Game Pass since Game Pass started. I previewed it. So I had it before it went out to the general public. So I know what Game Pass has to offer. Game Pass has a lot to offer. Halo is going to be on Game Pass.
Yeah, everything's going to be on Game Pass.
Back for Blood is going to be on Game Pass.
That's a console seller.
That is not a console seller.
So getting a free game when you get your console is not.
Back for Blood is not a console seller. What I'm saying is God of War is a fucking console seller. Ratchet and Clank, A Rift Apart, is a console seller.
Which I hear is really awesome, by the way.
It is fucking fantastic. I don't own it personally.
Yeah.
But I have seen and watched other people play it. And it's made by guess who? Fucking Insomniac. And guess what Insomniac made?
Infamous.
You want to talk about the other games? Spider-Man, Miles Morales.
Oh, yeah.
The original Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And their first game, which was on the Xbox. Jesus, I forget the name of it. It don't matter. Facts don't matter here. Anyway, yeah, they lacked console selling. Like I want a game to where I'm like, I have to get the system.
So yes, I agree with you.
They lack that.
But the thing you don't understand about Microsoft, they're just now building that developing inventory.
Bro.
They just bought these studios last year.
I get it.
These games don't make in a year, Tim.
Bro, can you let me
Yeah,
go
finish.
on? Okay. Anyway, this is my time.
Yeah.
I like my time.
Finish your unrealistic opinion. Go for it.
Anyway. God, you're such a dick.
No, I'm just a realist.
I don't think it's unrealistic, bro. They could have announced something. They could have shown us some cover art. They could have fucking do what I want Microsoft to do. I want Microsoft to put your dick on the table, bro. Put your dick on the table. Do something crazy. Do something fucking crazy. When they did the God of War remake, I was like, I don't know how I feel about Kratos with a fucking axe, but I want to try it. I want to fucking try it. It made me not get rid of my PlayStation. I can tell you that. Because that PlayStation was a fucking, what was it, 4 years into, I wasn't fucking playing no goddamn PlayStation. I had no fucking reason to. Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, the fucking first 5 hours of the game is a snooze fest, but at the end of the game, it's a pretty fucking solid game. It's a pretty fucking solid game, bro. All I'm saying is that I would like them to do fucking tease something. Now tomorrow, they're having a bunch of other shit coming out. Don't necessarily know what that means, but I'm thinking if they were first up, they were the first ones, they would have announced something. Now, even Square Enix was shit, but at least they're taking a risk.
What's their risk? Here's Final Fantasy, every remake in life.
No. Fuck that. They're doing Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a risk because we all know what happened with Marvel. That game is ass.
Guardians of the Galaxy does look good.
That shit looks fucking great. What I'm saying is take a risk. Fucking re-release Scalebound. Do something. Do something that's going to be like, okay, shit, I can't be fucking around with Microsoft. They about their shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm so glad and happy of what they've done with Game Pass. I tell people all the time, and I believe it wholeheartedly, it is the best deal. And I was talking, matter of fact, I was talking to my uncle about this shit. My uncle don't fucking play video games. He's like, yo, I tell him, hey, the Xbox is coming out tomorrow. He's like, all right, cool. Which one should I get? So we're going back and forth. He's like, my coworker's telling me that I should go for the PS5. And I said, your best bang for your buck, the most value for your dollar is going to be an Xbox. Here's why. Game Pass got fucking 300 games that I can play? Yes. $15 a month or $60 a year. That's one title. One.
That's all they need to do.
That's all
You just sold the console.
I get that, but at the same time, like I'm talking about people that don't have or already have the console. I get that there are games that you want to play. Can you name me 4 games that you want to play?
Redfall. That's their risk, by the way.
You think Redfall is a risk?
That's their risk.
I don't think.
Made by the same. That's the first studio. That's one of the studios they bought. It's an Xbox.
No. I get
it's
it.
an Xbox
I get
exclusive.
That, but I'm talking about. I don't think
the team that made Prey.
I don't think Redfall is a big title. I don't look at that as a AAA title.
Not yet, because you don't know what it is.
I just don't look at dog. When I'm talking,
you don't look at what you don't look at.
What studio made? What studio is this?
The studio that made Prey, studio that made Doom, Eternal. It's in Austin.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Fuck, what is it called?
I know who you're talking about now. It's on the
It's the
matter of fact. I've been to that studio.
Yeah, it's one of the new studios they bought that's in Austin. My buddy actually works for them. He's a software engineer.
Is that just the studio by Lincoln Village?
Yes.
Okay. I know which studio you're talking. We're on the same wavelength here.
Yeah, that is their risk. The reason why we don't know much about it is because, first off, the game they just bought the studio last year.
I'm not to cut you off, but what I mean by I want
Arcane.
There we go. Okay, what I'm saying by I want a big title, and what I'm telling you,
name a big title you want that's going to sell you a console.
Here's a great one. If Kojima would have said, "We're gonna make a," I have a new IP, which was rumored.
It could still come.
It could still come. Because we have a couple other game conferences. I can't remember.
We still have Gamescom.
Gamescom, that's in Germany, right?
Yeah, it's in August.
It's in August.
We could get a whole bunch of shit there.
They have made major announcements at Gamescom, and they have definitely held their stuff in.
They're still
Gamescom, so we don't necessarily know about, but most people don't know about Gamescom. Let's just be completely honest. The average gamer knows about E3. They don't know about Gamescom. They don't know about what's the other one? Tokyo Game Fest. They don't know about that shit.
I don't think Tokyo's Game Fest is that big. I think Gamescom is big. It's big in Japan.
It's big.
It's not big here.
Okay, I get.
It's big in Japan because it's fucking Japan.
True.
Gamescom is bigger than you think it is. Maybe not to the casual gamer.
I'm not knocking it. I'm thinking
from a announcement perspective, Gamescom is huge. They've made some big and you got to keep in mind there's still maybe 10 studios they haven't announced projects for.
I will say one thing. That new Forza shit looks fucking amazing.
Exactly.
That shit looks amazing. But guess what? That to me is it's on Game Pass. Now, if it would have been away from Game Pass, that's your console.
It's not happening.
I know I get what you're saying, but hear me out. What I'm trying to say is I'm gonna list off a couple of games that had me where I was like, fuck, I need to buy a console. Metal Gear Solid 4. Metal Gear Solid 4, the teaser came out the same year as the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I bought the PlayStation for Metal Gear Solid.
No, I get it.
But it wasn't even
I understand.
It wasn't even a trailer. It was just an announcement. It was just a title that flashed.
You're getting Metal Gear Solid 4. Yeah, no, I get it.
Right.
I think what you're trying to do, and this is just, you have to understand Microsoft's mindset has changed.
Oh no! I get it.
You're looking for a title.
What I want is that
sell you.
I want that feeling back.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I want that feeling.
And I think it's still out there.
We know what they're going for.
Yeah.
They're going for games as a service. We've been in this. We know this.
Yeah.
We've seen this shift a long fucking time ago.
Yeah.
And nobody wanted to pay attention to it. Now, a lot of us caught on to it because hell, we were just immersed in the game industry.
Yeah, we were told this is what was happening.
We already knew what this was happening.
Yeah.
We started to fucking do it before they did.
Yeah.
So we already knew that this was going to be games with a service.
Yeah.
We saw mobile games go that way. People hated it. We saw major fucking video games go this way.
Yeah.
People fucking hate it. As much as people shit on EA about goddamn microtransactions, you can get the same fucking microtransactions in an Ubisoft game.
Yeah.
You can go into Ubisoft right now and play Assassin's Creed Valhalla and pay $25 and get Excalibur instead of grinding for it.
Yep.
So I don't want to hear shit about how EA did this and EA did that because your mom is sitting up at home trying to get lives on Facebook so she can fucking continue to play Candy Crush. So fucking get out of the way with that shit. I don't want to hear shit about that.
Facts.
We live in a microtransaction world. Everything that you fucking have is based on microtransactions. It don't matter what. app you use, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of that shit has microtransactions. You want less ads? Pay for the premium. Yeah. You want to do this? Blah, blah, blah. Something you're gonna pay for something. You want less ads. You want to promote yourself. You're gonna pay.
Yeah,
you're gonna pay. We already know that. So I'm kind of over that. I understand what you're saying. That that Microsoft has shifted. I get it, but I just wanted one title for me to be like, that motherfucker right there is what.
And that one title is still out there, maybe.
I'm hoping.
It's just not today.
It hurt to not see that.
Yeah, maybe it's not ready.
It might not be ready because I'm sorry, like Halo, they fucking made Halo free to play. There's no need to fucking to me. That's not a console seller.
But you need a console to play it.
Once you make it free to play.
But you need a console to play it.
You do need a console to play it.
You can't just. We also
know that Microsoft is shifting from that as well.
Which hasn't been announced yet. And even though they've done
it's coming because Phil Spencer already spoke on it.
Not happening today.
No. It's not happening. It might happen next year.
3 years away from that.
You think so?
2 years.
From the stick? You think so? What about? Well, they talked about browser gaming is going to be ready by this fall.
Browser gaming makes sense.
Browser gaming is going to be better.
You just go on your computer, go to Chrome, and fucking do whatever.
So for you guys that don't necessarily know what browser gaming is, basically you're able, if you have a Microsoft account, you have Game Pass, you will be able to go into a browser. I want to say probably log into some Microsoft account, or your Microsoft account, and be able to play the games if you have Game Pass or your games that you have entitled to your account on a browser.
You
with
will
a
have
controller.
A select amount of games. I don't know if it's all of them.
No, I don't think so. But they have been working very hard to get that shit where it's at.
So you're looking at it from your perspective.
Yeah.
I like the big picture, so I'm gonna look at it from that perspective.
So you're saying that my picture ain't big enough?
Yeah.
God damn it, dude.
You look at it from your perspective, right?
So
Microsoft is looking at it from the community's perspective.
I'm just saying.
You want a title that's big. Here's 4 titles that are huge.
Okay.
Halo, loved by the Microsoft community, and a lot of people that don't have an Xbox right now.
Right.
Starfield is going to sell a fuck ton of consoles.
Yeah.
You have to know this, right? Yeah, it's a Bethesda game that basically got stolen from PlayStation because it was supposed to be multi-platform. And I don't know if you saw the Starfield trailer, but within that trailer, there was an Elder Scrolls Easter egg in there.
Didn't see it.
I don't remember where it was. I'll go find the article and send it to you.
Okay.
There's a console seller right there. Elder Scrolls 6 is supposed to be Xbox only. Again,
if
not
that is true,
yet confirmed.
Not confirmed.
None
of this stuff we know.
Confirmed.
Please don't take our word for it.
Right.
We don't know.
We don't speak facts, right? So not yet confirmed. But so again, but it's a Bethesda game,
right?
And Microsoft owns Bethesda, so
Dude,
we would be idiots.
Bethesda would have came out and said we're doing Elder Scrolls 6 exclusively for Xbox, Game Pass or 9, even if it wasn't Game Pass. That.
Well, see, that's the thing though. Those are the types of things.
Elder Scrolls 4 was a console sold for 360. Am I lying? Easily. Okay, that's what I'm looking.
And it came out on Xbox for, but also
that's what I'm looking for.
I think strategically, right?
Right.
Because I think strategically.
So you don't think I think strategically?
Not the same way. I don't think we both think strategically the same way. I think we do, but differently.
Okay.
The way I think about it is, just because I have Bethesda, I don't want to play on my cards right now.
Oh yeah. Okay, I feel you.
Right.
Starfield is coming out. I got.
You want to go out swinging?
I'm coming out swinging. I mean,
I want to. Like you said, you want to put your dick on the table.
Right.
I'm gonna put many dicks on the table, or I'm gonna put the same dick on the table many times.
Okay. All right.
So that's the way I'm thinking. Starfield is their first dick on the table.
I mean, listen. I don't know. I'm not big on first person.
I get it, but again, looking at that's you, TimWayne. I'm looking at people are losing their shit.
I really want to call TJ on this.
When PlayStation owners are fucking ripping their heads off on Twitter that Microsoft bought Bethesda, you fucking put your dick on the table. And now
that is a power move. If Phil Spencer had any part in that, I give him credit for that. But that was
it's not your power move, but it is a power move.
But that was a thing. That was a right. They didn't have game. They didn't have a real solid game to come out a couple years ago. But when Phil Spencer came out, it was like, we bought 23 fucking studios.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, oh shit.
So those are your dick on the table moves. There's a whole shit. And I also think COVID played a role in this. I think a lot of the games coming out in 2022 were originally supposed to come out in 2020. Behold was one of them, and that game looks fucking phenomenal.
I don't remember.
It's a third person action adventure game. Go look it up. I think you'll enjoy it. It looks so good.
Okay.
And that's going to be out 2022.
Okay.
I think.
Let me stop it right here. I rewatched Elden Ring.
Yeah, Elden Ring looks.
That shit looks wild.
Yo, Elden Ring's.
That shit looks wild.
Again, that's a console seller.
Oh, track back there.
So, I mean, I do think there's lots of console sellers out there. I think right now, and again, Elden Ring. We don't know this yet. If Elden Ring comes to Game Pass, again, they're putting their dick on the table.
Yeah.
Right. So.
How are they getting these titles to Game Pass?
They probably give them some side. But hey, we'll give you X amount of dollars up front, and then you also get a percentage. You also get a percentage of every subscription.
I'm doing some research on that. I'm gonna do some research on that because there's no fucking way you get Back for Blood on fucking.
Do you know how many?
Day one.
Do you know how many subscribers they have on Game Pass right now?
Like
actively?
15 million.
Like almost 20.
Okay, that's great.
And it's growing. And now again, if they expand it to like TVs, browsers. Imagine how big that. Hey, Mom, I can get this game on my TV now. You don't have to buy me an Xbox. Oh, cool.
But you have to pay for a subscription.
You would have had to do it anyway.
Right.
Now you don't have to pay $500 just to pay a subscription.
Right.
You already got your $500 thing right there.
Right.
And it does everything that console can do.
Right. Okay.
To a degree.
I really want to call TJ. I really want to call TJ and see how.
I don't think we have time to do that.
Well, no, we don't got time.
We'll do that next week.
Yeah. Let's do it next week.
Actually, we don't have.
We got guests next week.
We'll
figure it out.
We'll do a lot. We have a lot of time. I think your expectation is a little bit different. I don't think it's a bad expectation. I think there's just a way they wanted to do it differently.
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna do this dick on the table move multiple times.
Okay.
And then it's just gonna be spread out.
Okay.
I honestly think that's what it's
You heard it here first, guys. Multiple dicks on the table.
Yeah, they're gonna start again. It started with Starfield.
I mean, I really didn't care. I'm gonna have to go back in.
There's apparently an Elder Scrolls reference in it, in the background.
The Stalker 2 game.
Stalker 2, that's a dick on the table move. Stalker 2 is a multiplayer. They took that from
PC, right?
It was already on PC.
Yeah.
So that was, but again, it's on Game Pass.
Right.
It was Stalker 2 was supposed to be multi-platform. Xbox took that away.
Okay.
So that's now only on PC PC and Xbox.
Okay.
And it's on Game Pass. So again, another dick on the table move.
Right.
So you can't just lay all your cards out, right? Hey, here's the 20 studios we bought. So here's 20 games.
Right.
You can't do that, right?
Right.
You got to I think Redfall is the first one, and I think Redfall is actually going to end up being really good because Arcane Studios has not made a bad game.
I'm hoping that it is because I want Xbox to continue to thrive, and
I think they will.
They're going outside of the box, right? They're definitely going outside.
With
they want to get a
doing
controller
now,
and a subscription in everybody's hand, and that is clear.
Yep.
That they don't give a fuck about consoles. I mean, they love the consoles.
Yeah.
But they also have. This shows how much money Microsoft really has.
Well, this really
because Sony can't afford to really fail because they'll shut down their video games department. Microsoft can continuously take risks, but I just felt like in this particular one or in this particular E3, like they had a trip. There should have. I wanted a AAA title.
Well, they showed Battlefield on Xbox.
That shit looks amazing.
And it looks great.
I don't even fucking like
Again,
first shooters. That shit looked crazy.
It looked wild.
Yeah.
They didn't show any of that on any. Like PlayStation didn't do it. Do you realize?
Sony doesn't have Sony. I don't know when Sony's press conference.
They don't have one. Do you realize all Sony has done is only gameplay of their own stuff? They haven't shown anything. Usually there's partners.
That's pretty smart.
Is it, or do you?
That's
need,
pretty smart.
You
because
need reasons, partnership reasons for people to also buy your console.
Well, for sure, they have Call of Duty on lock.
That's for now.
Yeah, they have Call of Duty on lock.
And Matt, we don't know this yet. There's still what if Microsoft comes out on at Gamescom and is like, "Hi, I got you, Sony. Call of Duty, Xbox Game Pass, day one."
That'd be fucking nuts.
You see what I'm saying? Like, there's the fact that they've been able to secure major titles on day one of Game Pass. I think this is just the beginning. I think EA's partnership with Microsoft will turn into, if you have EA Access and Game Pass, you're going to start getting games on day one.
Yeah, I mean, it's already like that.
No, like, you still have to purchase Madden right now, right?
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking about you get like a Madden on day one.
Oh, okay. I see
When
what you're saying.
when shit like that starts
because
happening,
they've already merged. EA
Right.
Play and Madden is already. I mean,
So,
EA Play
yeah.
and Microsoft have already.
imagine when that starts happening, the shift. They're taking players from PlayStation for shit like that.
Speaking of Madden, do you want to talk about who you think is the cover?
I think it's two covers. So I think Derrick Henry's going to be like a normal cover. So, and the reason why I think this, you remember Peyton Hillis?
Peyton Hillis, yeah.
Yeah, he was in the commercial. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the two goats, right? And I think that's Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. And Peyton Hillis is saying, "Oh no, it's happening again," referring to there's going to be a running back on the cover again. Because Peyton Hillis was the last running back to happen on the cover.
So, do you want me to tell you what I think it is? What I think it is I think it's a montage of every fucking player that was on Madden.
That would be wild.
I think it's a montage of every fucking player that was on Madden. That's the collector's edition.
Oh, like the cover?
Right.
Okay.
And then the new cover is probably going to have somebody new. So probably like a Derrick Henry. Or who else had a monster last year? I mean, shit.
Derrick Henry.
Tom Brady.
Derrick Henry ran for 2,000 yards. I think that's monster enough to be on the cover.
Yeah, alone.
Or what if they do running backs, all running backs that have had 2,000 yards on the normal cover? Chris Johnson.
That would be fucking sick.
Because they said they want to do something different.
Right.
So Derrick Henry, Adrian Peterson,
They would have to put
Chris Johnson, Earl Campbell, Bo Jackson. Is that it?
Nope.
It's only 4 or 5.
I think it's Jamal.
Oh, I forgot about Jamal Charles.
Not Jamal Charles. Well, Jamal Charles, for sure. CJ 2K. Eric Dickerson.
Oh, yeah.
Who else is there?
Let's see.
I want to say that there's Jamal. There's another Jamal.
Oh, I
that
think I know
played
who you're
for
talking about.
the-
Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
What's his name? Lewis.
Jamal Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jamal Lewis ran for 2K. Emmett ran for 2K.
I forgot about Jamal Lewis.
Yeah.
So Jamal Lewis, Chris Johnson, Adrian Peterson, O.J. Simpson,
They're not putting OJ on that cover.
and Barry Sanders and Derrick Henry. Those are the 6 running backs that ran for 2,000 yards. What if they put all 6 of them on there?
That'd be fucking wild.
Again, it's something different, right?
Yeah.
And then Peyton Hillis, I think there's a running back somewhere for sure. Because Peyton Hillis, when it came out and said, "Oh no, they're doing it again."
2 goats. I mean, he calls. They put up 2 goats. I was like,
Well, I think that's obvious, right?
right.
I think baby goat and a
Was it a baby goat and a?
regular goat.
Oh.
Patrick Mahomes is assumed to be
Baby goat.
because he's on the way.
Right.
2 Super Bowls, 3 years, 1
Yeah.
MVP. Like he's definitely
Yeah, he's
placing a
If he
great
were to quit,
foundation.
I mean, if he I hope nothing happens to him. But if something were to happen to him within like year 5, and he retired,
laid down a fantastic foundation.
he's laid down a fantastic foundation. He easily go to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Easily.
I think
and
today
he's already
he's the
got a
first
Super
ballot.
Bowl. He's like one of the youngest quarterbacks to have a Super Bowl.
Today he's a first ballot Hall of Fame.
For sure.
So I think that's that part, right? I do think Peyton Hillis being on there is interesting, and it alludes to the fact that a running back or a running back of some sorts will be back. Mm-hmm. I think that's what that alludes to. I think the reason why they put Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady on there is to reiterate their focus on franchise mode.
Yeah, I can see that. So, I mean,
They're basically putting it in your face.
I don't want to reveal any sources, but
I'm expecting a lot from franchise mode.
we'll find out in a couple days.
I'm expecting a lot. And I think the Madden beta is going to have franchise mode in it. I think EA is going to go balls to the wall, and they're going to believe, look, we told you we weren't fucking around.
We'll talk about that off camera, but I definitely think what I would like to see is I just like to see a tribute.
Yeah.
Put every fucking person that was on put John Madden in the middle,
That'd be kind of
Put
cool.
every fucking cover athlete on the fucking.
How nuts would that be?
That would be nuts.
That would make me want to buy it.
Exactly.
I'd still put.
They
I'd buy
need
it.
to sell it.
I'd buy it digitally
They
too.
need to sell it because people are tired of it.
Yeah.
So they need this. 2K's going the same way. People are fucking tired of 2K, bro.
Also, did you see the 2K rumors?
2K rumors of Dirk Nowitzki possibly being on the front.
And Luka.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think the Dirk one is more realistic.
Yes.
Of the Legends cover.
I've
heard that way more.
I think Dirk and.
But I wouldn't be. I would be surprised if Luka just because the two Mavs on the same year.
Right.
But Luka is starting to become a sellable point.
I think it's gonna be. I think Luka could possibly be on.
Unless he's with it with shares it with somebody.
I think they put him on the fucking mobile cover.
Oh, that's fair because he's currently on the mobile cover of NBA Live.
Yeah.
And his contract expired.
Yeah. I think they put him on a mobile cover.
Hey, I'm down with that. I don't care.
But yeah, I think you got to start from the top with the cover athletes. I think it was 2001 was Eddie George, 2002 was Dante Culpepper, 2003 was Marshall Faulk, 2004 was Vic, of course, 2005 Ray Lewis, 2006. Don't say it. 2006 Donovan McNabb,
Yep.
2007 Sean Alexander,
Yep.
2008 Vince, 2009 Drew, 2010 Larry Fitzgerald and Troy Polamalu, 2011 Peyton Hillis, 2012 Calvin Johnson, 2013
No, 13 was Calvin.
2012. Shit, who was on 2012? Damn, I'm drawing a blank. 2012. Don't say it. I don't fucking know. Let me go. Okay, so 13 was Calvin. 14 was Adrian Peterson, or 25 was Adrian Peterson. 2015 OBJ. 2015. My bad. 2015 was Richard. 2016 was OBJ. 2017 was.
Was it OBJ?
2017.
Oh yeah. 16 was OBJ.
Yeah, 2016 was OBJ. 2017 was Tom? No, that was 2018.
That was 2018.
2017 was Gronk. Because it was back-to-back papers.
Yeah.
2017 was Gronk. 2018 was Tom. 2019 was AB. 2020 was Patrick Mahomes.
21.
21 was fucking what's his name?
Lamar Jackson. So who was 2012? I actually drew a blank on 2012.
I'm super shocked that I remembered all of that because that is useless information.
12 was Peyton Hillis.
12 was Peyton Hillis. Okay.
And who was 11?
2011 might have been
Breeze. 13 was Calvin. Okay, yeah, that was all of them.
Shit. I didn't think I remembered all of them,
Yeah.
dog. That's a lot.
Anyway, you got anything else today?
Do we want to talk real quick about what happened over the weekend? How you felt over the weekend?
Oh, Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What do you know?
Yeah. Okay, so, and I don't know about you, but this weekend just felt a little different. Did you just drop your wedding ring?
I didn't.
Yeah, get your wedding
It's a
ring
little loose.
before
right.
Ariel starts to whoop your ass. You already be whooping your ass.
Yeah.
It just felt a little different. Felt a little different from a football standpoint. It was a lot of fucking buzz in the air. Like this weekend was just. It felt good, and I haven't felt that good sports wise in a long fucking time.
Yeah.
I mean, probably since college, dog.
Yeah.
Think about this. 2005, we were fucking crushing everything. We had a good basketball team, men and women.
Mm-hmm.
We had a good baseball team, national champions. Of course, we had a great fucking swimming team. We always
have that. Yeah.
That's normal, right? But when you that season that year
was
that
fun.
Vince when he went and played Michigan,
Yeah.
and they beat Michigan, and they didn't expect Texas to beat Michigan, and then he said we'll be back. Of course, the coin term that everybody fucking gives a shit for. That year going in felt real fucking different.
Yeah.
And you know why it felt different? Because we started hearing about recruits.
Yeah.
We started hearing about recruits. We started hearing about, you hear about this guy named Ramon Taylor. He's fucking like a beast.
Yeah.
And he's almost as fast as Jamal Charles.
And he wants to come to Texas.
And then you start hearing about these others. You start hearing about fucking people like RG3. People like, RG3. You're supposed to come in and blah, blah, blah. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
And they fucked it off.
They fucked that off really bad.
So-
RG3 was not a corner.
No.
We tried to make him a corner. We tried to make him a
was flinging
safety
that
too.
bitch.
Good Lord.
He was
Can you
flinging
imagine
that bitch.
RG3 in Texas?
Winning
With that
titles.
offensive
We're
line?
probably still winning
Oh
titles.
my God. Of course.
Mac Brown's probably still here.
Mac Brown would have built a statue outside. If
Yeah.
Mac Brown won 2 national championships, done deal. This weekend we heard Arch Manning, nephew of Peyton Manning, and this is whose son is this?
This is Cooper's son.
Cooper Manning, which is
Apparently the
the
best.
best one
But
that we never got to see.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, Cooper is the older brother of Peyton and Eli Manning.
Mm-hmm.
He's apparently the best of all the Mannings, and Peyton and Eli talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
Yo, Cooper was a beast. Cooper was this. So Cooper actually suffered the same neck injury that Peyton suffered late in his career.
Right.
But Cooper suffered it in college. Cooper didn't even finish college football.
Right.
He suffered it like early college.
He went to Ole Miss, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's part of the reason why Eli went, because Cooper and Peyton are only a couple years apart.
Right.
So Peyton's like, hell, you're going to Ole Miss. I'm not going to go there. I got to compete with you.
Right.
Going to Tennessee.
Right.
And then Cooper couldn't play.
Right.
Archie
was there.
Archie went to
Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Right.
It's part of the reason why Eli went there, to kind of finish out Cooper's story.
Right.
Right. So like a tribute to him.
Right. And he wore Cooper's number, right?
Wore the same number.
Right.
So yeah, Arch is Cooper's oldest son. And dude's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
Dude is standing and throwing 80-yard bombs.
Dude, that
You know he's only a sophomore, right?
yeah.
Dude's a beast.
He's going into his junior season. And he's supposed to come out 2023.
Yep.
Dude, to see him in that burnt orange,
Looks so cool.
that shit is wild.
Imagine if I get to root for Manning again.
Dude, they're talking about
Now,
basically.
this is
I was keeping up with the recruiting because their social media team and college football in general was all focused on Texas this weekend. Motherfuckers that don't like Texas at all was like, God damn, these motherfuckers got everybody. I read this one like Sooners tweet. He was like, dog, when did they start bringing out all these people? They started, bro. Vince Young. They had Vince Young. They had Ricky. They had
they had
Michael Huff.
Yeah.
They had even Sam. Sam came
back.
Sam came from OTAs. Came back.
Yeah.
Was at the baseball game with Arch.
Yep.
Chilling. They were Matthew McConaughey. Of course, I think he was in the process.
It's part of the recruiting pitch.
Dude,
They're
that shit
recruiting the
was,
shit
it
out
was
of
some
this guy.
Hollywood shit, bro.
So there was a report after the visit that Texas is actually in this.
Yeah.
Texas is actually in this. I think it's going to end up coming down to Texas and Clemson.
I think so too.
And I think the thing that puts Texas over the Sark has a very important 2 years ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to set the program straight now.
Yeah.
If he
He
wants,
set himself up. You can't underperform at all. That means no more losing to Kansas State, no more going to Iowa State and losing, no more
If anything,
suffering
this
against a struggling OSU.
Yeah.
You can't do that no more.
this is a good year to put your dick on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys had fun in Pee Wee League. The big boys are here now.
Yeah.
I'm glad the last 2 years were great for you, and you got to coach Bob from 5th grade math. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now it's the big boys, right? Yeah, Coach Bob is also the 6th grade communications teacher that allows people to sleep during class and give them A's. We don't do that shit no more.
Yeah.
So this is really Sark's time to really show Arch to be like, look, we're serious.
Right.
We're winning this year. This is the Chris. Coach Sark needs to have the Chris Beard. If the Sark effect is true,
Right.
he needs to have the Chris Beard impact.
Yeah.
We're not here to rebuild. We're not here to 4 years and none of that bullshit. We're winning this year.
So I want to play this piece from 24/7 Sports. These guys are based out of Tennessee, and I just want to play this.
Been talking for
I
like a
want to
month
play this one piece
about how big this month of June is for a lot of programs, and Texas is no different. You remember we warned you about 3 months ago that we didn't speak the word off-season around here because there wasn't going to be one. But even if you weren't on board with that, you needed to. Especially if you work in this industry, there will be no vacation time. That's what we told you 3 months ago, and people are finding out about it now. June is no beach season, especially if you're working for maybe, I don't know, Horns 24/7 right now. Those folks, Mike Roach and Nick Harris, if it's possible to work 25-hour days, those guys have been doing it this weekend. It has been a massive recruiting weekend in Austin, Texas. And I tell you this, and I need you to be locked in on it, even if you're not a Texas fan, because this is one of those classic Keystone ripple effect type situations. It's why we choose these kinds of segments to do, even though it focuses on one team, it has to do with every one of you. I go over to Horns 24/7 the other day, and as of a couple hours ago before I came on air, they had a 34-page deep thread on that message board just about this weekend's official visitors and unofficial visitors. Huge weekend for Texas. So how does this impact an Arizona State fan? How does this impact an Auburn fan? Arch Manning's on campus. That's how it impacts all of you. So Arch Manning is the headliner there. Certainly not the, well, there you see. So Jesse's showing you pictures. It's Arch Manning and a cast of seemingly thousands. It's been a really big weekend. Name after name after name. They're going to have another big one next weekend. And so this is not unique to Texas because this is going on at a lot of major programs, but a lot of those other programs don't have a first-year staff in the house. They do at Texas right now. I'm going to tell you why that's, aside from the obvious, really important in just a second. Arch Manning, for the 14 of you who don't know who I'm talking about, yeah, it is him by that last name. So #1 quarterback in the 2023 recruiting cycle.
2023.
You saw him in the Texas gear. There were rumors of him at the baseball game. Then those got confirmed. And then there was rumor Sam Ehlinger hanging out with Arch Manning at the baseball game. And as far as I can tell, those got confirmed too. So how big was this weekend? Well, not only was Arch Manning in town,
This statement right here.
but Arch Manning did something that is a hallmark of many a program that is on the way back up in recruiting. He had pictures of him taken with fans at an airport. That sounds weird, and if you are a European soccer fan, you just happen to be tuned in for whatever reason because you came to the wrong YouTube channel, that makes no sense to you. Let me tell you something. You have got to get big enough talent in town that it is such a huge deal that hasn't been happening in months past, that people at the airport, even Austin International Airport, are taken aback by it enough to where they got to be snapping pictures. And
That statement right there says a lot.
Taking pictures with a high school sophomore.
Not only that, not only is it weird,
The fact that
it's
it's
not
happening.
weird. It's not
weird
it's
for
not,
us.
It's not weird. But the thing of it is,
It's happening.
it's hype.
Yeah.
That has I don't give a shit. The last time that I heard anybody was like super hype about a player and they came to visit was Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. So this is the thing. I feel like Sark has this in the bag. You just can't have 2 bad years.
You can't lose. You cannot lose.
Or you
have to
win the Big
You
12
have to win the Big 12
this year.
This year, there's no. You.
Basically,
There's no room for mess up.
Yeah, by winning the Big 12 this year, you say, this is what I did with Casey Thompson and Hudson Card, who I didn't even have a choice to get.
Right.
I want you.
Right.
Imagine what I could do with somebody I want.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. That's all.
I just made Heisman quarterbacks. I made Mac Jones bonefuck fucking nobody gave.
I just smoked everybody in. The 3 or 4 years that I was there?
Yeah.
I only lost maybe once or twice?
Yeah. And I took a quarterback who was the third string.
All of my quarterbacks basically won the Heisman.
And they're all in the NFL. First round draft picks.
Right.
Jalen Hurts was a second round draft pick.
Yeah. But, I mean, he's fucking starting right now.
And he's the starter. They're all either starting or competing for starting jobs.
Pretty much.
Justin Fields is going to be or not Justin Fields. Mac Jones is probably going to win that job.
Yeah.
Did you see that Cam Newton?
Yeah, it didn't look good. It didn't look good. It did not look good.
I love Cam
That was an easy
Newton.
throw. That was an easy throw. I could have made that throw. And I'm no fucking quarterback.
And the caption wasn't funny.
Cam Newton in midseason form?
No. They said the one that I saw said Cam Newton's getting outthrown by a guy wearing number 50. Mac Jones is wearing number 50.
Yikes.
And Cam Newton's throws look bad, bro.
Yeah, he does look good.
I mean, we don't have more health excuses anymore, bro. Like, he looks bad.
Yeah, that looks bad.
So
But to kind of go back on what he was saying, this is not new for us.
Yeah.
However, it does feel different.
it's important. Now, here's the thing. We might not get Arch, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's the hype behind it. It's the meaning behind the hype that is around.
You start getting big names in here. You start getting. We still have to remember. We just got, even with Tom Herman.
Yeah.
We landed the number 1 running back in the country.
Yeah.
And he showed his ass.
Yeah.
The last 5
You get to
games
play
of
with
the season.
Bijan at his best.
You're gonna come in. They're talking about Bijan is a fucking dark horse for the Heisman next year. If that
See his
offense,
picture with Ricky Williams?
dude, he looks yoked. He's massive.
So big.
He came in. Listen, Bijan came in at like 205.
Yeah.
Dude, he looks about 215, 225.
He looks big, bro.
He looks massive. And people forget, Ricky was big.
Yeah.
Ricky was 230 when he was running.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of our good running. What's his name? Anthony Foreman was big.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Earl Campbell was big. We've had a lot of big running backs.
We've had big running backs. Now,
With the exception of Jamal Charles.
Dude, Jamal Charles
And he was still big. He was at least.
He's too old. Jamal Charles is probably
200?
Nah, Jamal Charles is buck 80 soaking wet.
Okay.
He was a monster though.
But
He's
he was
the
good.
anomaly.
But the typical prototypical Texas running back
He's
is
big.
big.
He's big and he's
With
fast.
the exception of Jamal Charles.
Bijan kind of looks like Reggie. I'm not even going front.
Reggie Bush?
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
He looks like, dude. Do you remember the West Virginia game? He took over that game.
I wonder.
They gave him the game. They gave him the ball 12 times. He had 190
Imagine if
yards.
next year he has the.
He had
ability-
95 yards in 1 quarter.
No, I
alone.
remember. Yo, Bijan's a beast.
If they fucking turn around and hand him the rock, we're gonna go a long way.
Yeah,
We can't afford that.
but you can't lose. You have to
Can't
be.
lose.
You have to beat OU this year.
You have to. OU's down. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. They're losing recruits
OU
left and right.
They're losing. They got a wide receiver decommitted. Might be coming to Texas. One of their star defensive players is in trouble right now. I don't know if you saw that article.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. And you know
Well, you
what?
got people
There's
like
a
RJ
lot.
Young.
There's a lot of hype around Spencer Rattler. Personally, I don't understand
I
it.
don't understand it.
But there's a
He
lot of
got
hype.
benched last year in the middle of a Texas game.
There's a lot of hype around him, and I don't understand it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He has a big arm.
He played well the second half of the season.
Yeah, he played really well. But guess who he played? He played Iowa State. He played fucking.
Let's
Iowa
not
State
talk
was
about
good.
Iowa State's
Iowa
not no
State.
scrub. They're really good.
I need to quit shitting on Iowa State.
Yeah.
That's how you shit on Tennessee. There goes your Tennessee plug.
How's it? I mean, Tennessee
You
sucks.
always shit on Tennessee.
The Tennessee Vols, they suck.
No. I'm talking about your Tennessee Titans.
Oh, fuck them. I shit on them because I don't like them.
I know you don't like them.
I just don't like them.
I don't like OU.
That doesn't necessarily mean I
don't like
suck.
OU the school. I don't like OU the state. I don't like OKC. I don't like nothing in Oklahoma.
Yeah, neither do I. I shit on Tennessee.
Other than
because
Tulsa,
I don't like
Oklahoma in 1921, and they burned that bitch to the ground.
them. Yeah.
So fuck them.
So
Other than that.
yeah, I mean, I just don't like Tennessee. That doesn't mean my realistic hat says they're really good.
I don't think Tennessee's that good. I don't trust Stern Tannehill. I still don't trust that motherfucker. I wouldn't trust that motherfucker with a home run hit. I wouldn't trust him if they put a ball on a tee and say you can knock this motherfucker out the park. You got it. Because that's basically what they did. They put a ball on the tee and said, knock this ball out the park. Still don't think you're going to do it.
Oh, okay, cool. I mean, you making me happy. But the thing is, I think they're good. I still don't fucking like
I
them.
don't trust their defense. Just don't do it.
Oh, I
don't-
definitely don't trust them.
Until I see them on the field and they're able to stop a nosebleed because they weren't able to do it last year.
Yeah, they could
weren't
start
able to do it
the
last year
18.
before that.
Yeah.
And they had big leads in big games,
Yeah.
big playoff games, and they fucking lost that shit.
So, I mean, again, that's why when you show me the Julio Jones catch, I was like, oh, that's really cool. Too bad their defense is going to turn around and
Julio's just different, dog.
I get it.
You have to deal with that. I'm glad I ain't got to deal with that shit.
I halfway have to deal with it because on the other side, we know their defense can stop shit. So it doesn't matter. It evens out.
We don't know how Carson's going to do.
I trust Carson over the Titans defense.
Do you? Okay. All right.
Because
Well,
I've seen the Titans defense. I haven't seen Carson in the system.
facts. All right. Well, fair enough. But yeah, as a Texas Longhorns fan, this weekend was different. It just
Yeah,
felt different.
yeah.
From a social media standpoint, we were all over the fucking place.
It was crazy.
Again, once you get to a point to where you got Oklahoma fans, other people
Getting
other
pissed.
conferences pissed off that Arch Manning was there. It's different.
Yeah, it is.
So, anything else?
Real quick. Speaking of Texas, Hook'em Horns.
Hook'em Horn. Oh fuck! How did I forget about
We're going to the College World
the
Series.
College World Series? We're going to Omaha, bitch. Did you see the message from Chris Del Conte? Made me fucking like him even more.
Oh yeah, did you see a shot that he took?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was awesome.
make me fucking like him even more, man.
I love Chris Del Conte.
Dude, he wants to do his fucking thing. He wants to bring Texas
Yeah.
back to prominence.
And he's doing a
it
great
sport
job.
by sport,
And he's doing a great job.
and he's doing a great job.
He's putting the pieces in place.
The hires that
And
he's making have
and
been
he's
really good.
they've all been home runs. He's basically giving. Here's the thing. He's hiring his employees
Right.
and giving them the tools to succeed,
Right.
and not fucking hovering over them,
Right.
which is what the previous AD did.
Right. What we need now is we need those boosters from Texas to back the fuck up.
And I think Chris Del Conte will do it.
I'm not worried about Chris Del Conte. I'm worried about the other motherfuckers because people talk about, especially. I don't know why we're talking about fucking Paul Feinbaum, but fucking Paul Feinbaum.
I don't give a fuck about
was
Paul.
talking about how, but it's true though. He had to there's nobody has been able to manage the boosters the way Mac did,
That's true.
and I think it played a lot with age.
Yeah.
And you got somebody like Sark. What I'm hoping Sark does is come in here and just like back the fuck up.
Yeah.
Let me fucking. You see what I just did?
Yeah.
You see what I just did, fam?
Wasn't Arch
Over
Manning
there?
just here?
Yeah. Arch Manning's here. That's because of me, fam. Not because of y'all.
Yeah. You don't even know who he is.
Yeah,
Actually, you probably do. But.
Yeah, they probably know who he is. But we didn't hear about Arch Manning. Not that much. I mean, we heard inkling and whispers about it when Tom was around, but not to the. Tom did not get him here.
No. Sark
was
did
Sark.
because of his connections with the SEC, because of what he did at Bama. So
Exactly.
they gave him his SEC connections.
Right.
Which is good. We need that, right?
Right.
But now you got to win on the field.
Now you got to win. You got to
Real
turn those.
quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
The next thing, shout out to Texas baseball.
Shout out.
I watched every game of the Super Bowl. I've watched every game.
I didn't get to watch every single game, but I definitely watched some good ones.
The first game one gave me some. I was annoyed for a bit, and then we fucking hit that
Turn
double.
on the Jets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Game two, we just destroyed
that
them,
was-
right?
yeah. I didn't even watch it.
Did you see the Texas basketball hype videos today?
Yes, I did.
I was hyped.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they also got another pickup.
Yep.
So, again, Sark is, that's what I want to talk about. Hit the applause for me real quick. I like that. I fucking hate Governor Hot Wheels. But he did one great thing today.
What was that?
And he
'Cause I
signed
didn't
the
catch it.
NIL into the Bill of Rights.
Oh.
The likeness bill
Yes.
has been approved by Governor Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Which basically means players can get paid
Right.
for likeness.
Yeah.
So you can now go buy a Casey Thompson jersey
he
starting
gets
July
paid.
1st.
And he can get
He
paid.
get paid. So as soon as we know who our starting quarterback is,
Who do you
they're-
think it's going to be? Do you think it's
I
going to be
think it's
Card?
gonna be Casey Thompson.
I think so too. I think Casey Thompson.
I think he starts out the season, but he's gonna have a small leash because I've seen some videos of Hudson Card, and
Hudson Card can launch that bitch.
he's looking good.
He can launch
So I think it's going to be a short leash again because all the pressure's on Sark to win this year. So if Casey Thompson starts and
Do
he
you think he
sucks,
runs 2 quarterbacks?
no, I don't think Sark is
I
that
hope
kind of
not,
guy.
because you have 2 quarterbacks.
We don't have Tom Herman. Yeah.
You don't have any quarterbacks.
No.
That's from football.
The one thing you can guarantee from Sark is once he picks a guy, that's the guy.
Yeah.
He's going to figure out a way to win with that guy.
Yeah.
He's done it everywhere he's gone.
Yeah.
So, I think so. Shout out to Mr. Hot Wheels. Even though he can't figure out how to keep our lights on, he knows how to allow athletes to win.
Yeah,
so,
that guy's a fucking
fuck
idiot.
that guy. But thank you for that.
Yeah.
I can do that. So that's all I got.
Do we want to read what Texas had to say about this?
About what?
About the situation with the situation on what they plan on doing now that bill has been passed.
I think we should hold on to that because once we get that gives us content for the first.
Okay.
When it happens, so we should hold on to that.
Okay, cool. We'll talk about it July 1.
Yep.
July 1.
Which will be here on that day anyway. So
Yeah. You got anything else?
I'm good.
I don't have anything else. I want to shout out everybody that has watched the video. I want to also shout out Keith, official Keith in Texas. His video is coming out pretty soon. I'm sorry, his video would have already dropped by this time this comes out. Really enjoyed coming in. We got 2 special guest hosts coming in. I need to double confirm with them just to make sure, but I've talked to both guys, and hopefully we'll have them in. They got something really special lined up for us. So yeah, and maybe you'll hear something that I'm pretty sure you've never heard before.
Okay.
And it has to do with me and the 2 guests that are coming.
Okay.
This is like 4 or 5 years old, and they fucking found it, and they're gonna be using it in their album.
All right. Cool.
So
Can't wait.
This again has been a Us on Everything podcast. We appreciate you guys coming in. We need you to like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, follow us on Instagram. I'm gonna build a Twitter page. I just gotta get it up. So bear with me on that. Also, make sure that you share. If you know anybody that likes sports, share it on YouTube, share it on Facebook, anything. Tell me in the comments that I'm stupid. I'll try to reply back, or Alicia will try to reply back. Talk about how Tennessee is better than the Colts in the comments. Like we wanna hear why you think that. Again, if you need any beats, you need to shoot a podcast like we do in this lovely room here. And this is just the media room. They're still working on other rooms. They have a recording studio back here. They mix and master. Track Majors does that all. You'll see that in the splash screen at the beginning of the shit. Because apparently I don't know how to spell track. So
Yeah.
we're gonna get on out of here. Again, anything else?
Yeah. If you argue with me in the comments, just know that I might hurt your feelings.
Oh God, Track, we getting ready to get on out of here. You got anything? Pack your pistols.
Yeah, pack your pistols, duh. Everybody knows that.
Okay, pack your pistols. Make sure you wash your hands, mind your business, and find your motherfucking North Star. I'm out this motherfucker. We out. Peace.